Hello everybody! Today I'm back with another video. This video is gonna be a story time. I'm very excited because I think story times are really fun to film and really fun to tell. And this one is really crazy. This story time is about the time that someone tried to have sex with me for giving me pants. To be honest, if you're watching this video, watch the whole thing because in the end it's the craziest. I was alone in Barcelona for a month and I met a lot of different people and this is one of them. One of the first days actually, I was laying on the beach and I was just chilling. You know, in Barcelona there's a lot of people selling on the beach. So this guy walks up to me with his bracelets and he recognizes me. And I've never seen him before. Obviously, where would I have seen him? And he tells me about his Dutch friends because I tell him I'm Dutch. And I don't know if it was a pickup line or not, but I was really liking some talking with people because I was very lonely. So we talked a little bit and in the end I gave my Instagram to him, which I think is pretty safe. He's being really nice and everything. It's just good to talk to him. He seems like a nice guy. And he gives me one of his bracelets. So I put it around my ankle. And he asked me to maybe go drink something. And I'm like thinking about it. He says he's gonna message me. Nothing really happens actually, which I didn't really think about it. One day I'm at the beach getting braids, as you can see here, which were really cool, by this lady on the beach. I was getting them done and all of a sudden she starts talking to this guy with bracelets and I recognize him. So I'm being like, hi, how are you, you know. So he's like, yeah, did you get my message? And I'm like, no. So I look on Instagram and there's no message there. So I'm like, you didn't send me any message. And he's like, okay, I will message you, blah, blah. So he says that he's gonna send me a message and then we can go drink something. And because it was my last week and I still didn't have really like friends there, I thought, why not? You know, he's a nice guy, seems good, so why not? So like, I was in really big need for human contact because I was alone for a long time at that point and it was just very lonely. So we talked a little bit, we exchanged numbers, and so we decided to meet up near my house. And he says he's not a drinker. He was talking on WhatsApp about his schedule. His schedule is basically like wake up, go to school, go work, go work out, and then sleep. Like it's just, he never does anything with his friends, and we go sit at this like stupid place. It's more like a breakfast thing than like a bar. And then we talk a little bit, he's being nice. At this point I do want to mention that his English wasn't that good. It was sometimes a little bit hard to understand what he was saying. So that's sometimes really hard to communicate if you're like actually talking to someone and like you don't know what they understand when you're speaking. So sometimes it's a little bit awkward. But you know, I'm not gonna tell him off because his English isn't good. He gives me more bracelets. He has like 4 or 5 bracelets and he gives them to me. I'm like, oh, you don't have to, you really don't have to, blah blah. And he really wants to. He's like, yeah, it's nothing, it's nothing. Oh yeah, he keeps telling me about that he used to sell the Nike pants and the shoes. You have like on the streets people that sell a lot of like clothing, and so he tells me that he can get me some Nike pants, like no problem, it's no big deal. I walked past those stands every day, so I knew that they were pretty good, like they looked pretty good and they looked comfortable. I don't really care about designers, so I was like, sure, yeah, get me some pants. That meant we had to meet up again, and like, as I said, I liked him, but it was awkward and I didn't like him, you know. And he starts saying that he's gonna miss me and stuff when I go back, so that's where I'm already a little bit like, I don't really feel that vibe that much. And we go out of the restaurant thing and he's like, yeah, I really want to see your house, like you live nearby, right? And I'm like, yeah, sure. But I didn't really want to take him there, like I don't know you. And like, I don't know, the vibe wasn't that good that I was like, okay, yeah, I totally trust him, I will take him to my house, blah blah. I'm like, sure, I just take him to my house, and then I tell him like, you can't go inside. So we go to my house and we're outside, and I'm just like, this is my house, like I'm not gonna let you inside because it's such a mess, which it really was. It was really big mess. When I came up after this, there was like underwear laying on the ground, so I'm so glad that I didn't take him. But I just told him like, you can't come inside, like it's just not gonna happen today. I wouldn't even want to take my mom here or my friends or whatever, like no. So he is like, I know I've just known you for a short time, but like I really see you as a sister, you're like my friend now, and I never go out, and I went out because of you, and you see, like I really want to be nice and I really like you, like you're like my sister. He kept saying you're like my sister, just keep that in mind. You already know by the title of this video, like he didn't see me as a sister, but just keep it in mind. So he keeps pushing to see my house, which I thought was very annoying. Why would you keep pushing to see my house when I'm definitely telling you no? And he's like, yeah, I don't want to push you, but you're like my sister, you don't have to worry, blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, I get that, but no, like I don't want it. And he's like, yeah, you don't have to do anything you don't want to. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to, so sorry, I'm gonna go inside. And then he asked me to take him to the bus stop. So I couldn't really say anything, and well, I take him to the bus stop. And so we walk a few minutes to the bus stop. It's a little bit awkward, but it's fine. I try to keep asking him questions and just try to keep him talking so that I don't really have to say anything. And we get to the bus stop. I want to go home because I'm tired as hell. And I try to say goodbye. His bus wasn't there yet, but I didn't want to stay to wait. So I try to say goodbye, and I like give him a hug, and he like pulls me apart from the bus stop a little bit again, and he's like trying to hug me but like lean in a little bit. He also did that earlier, by the way, when we were standing in front of my house. He was like hugging me, but like not as like a sisterly way, but because he was saying like, oh, you're like a sister to me. I was just counting on that to be true. Finally, I'm out of the situation. He didn't kiss me or anything, thank the Lord. And I walk back, and when I'm home, he texts me when he's home already. At this point, I'm already a little bit annoyed with him. I don't really feel a vibe, but it's not like I'm hanging out with other people. So at this point, I'm just like, okay, whatever, let's just meet up again. I kind of want those pants, and like, you know, I don't have anything else to do, so let's just do it. Over text, we talk a little bit. And this is the point where it gets weird, because here, he still says, I feel bad that you didn't take me to your house or whatever, like I have the feeling you don't trust me, blah blah. And I'm just like, well, no, it was a mess, and I have a boyfriend, which I don't, but I just said I have a boyfriend because like then it would make more sense for me to say no to him coming to my house, because if I would take him in, it would be disrespectful to my boyfriend. He says it doesn't matter. I'm like, what do you mean? And he's just like, yeah, it doesn't matter, boyfriend, girlfriend, everybody has a boyfriend, everybody has a girlfriend. I have a girlfriend in Paris, and I can have sex whenever I want, it doesn't matter. Stuff like that. And at this point, I'm not really understanding what he's saying. You know, a lot of people probably watching this are like, why are you even still talking to this guy at that point? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just like annoyed, and I just don't want to get him in my house. And like, I told him I have a boyfriend, so I'm like, he's probably understanding what I'm saying with that. Don't expect anything to happen. And because he kept saying you're like a sister to me, I didn't expect him to look at me that way, which was maybe a little bit naive. So I told him I would meet up with him and see him before I leave, and meet up to get the pants because he promised me some pants. So sure, I probably shouldn't have after all these red flags, but you know, I thought like no harm, I'm just gonna try to not like get him to my house. So this band the day before asked me if I want to go to their concert somewhere, and I was like, doubting it because I had to pack and blah blah, but I really wanted to go, and it was like my last night, so I went to the concert, and it was really far actually. They said it was close to Plaza Catalunya, but that was not true at all. So I go all the way to the north of Barcelona, and I lived in the south. So at this point I'm asking him to come to the concert, and he's being late and whatever, and the concert is already almost over, but I still told him to come there because I didn't want to meet up anywhere else, because then I could go home alone. So he comes, he's all dressed up, he has like a blouse on, like white blouse, and like he's looking good, and we go sit somewhere because he just came there all the way. I really wanted to go home because I was very tired, and I also still had to pack my last stuff, and it was already like really late. So I really wanted to go home, but I thought he came all the way here, so let's just talk to him. So we go sit down and we talk, and so he started asking me if I've ever seen a black person, and I'm just like, well, besides my ex-boyfriend, you mean? I didn't even know what to respond to that. Like, I was just confused, and I was asked such a question. I mean, I don't care about race or anything. I grew up around black people, so I don't know what you're talking about. And he's just like, yeah, I just know sometimes people come to Barcelona and I've never seen a black person before, and they're like confused and blah blah, and I'm just like, well, that's not the case at all. But he kept saying that he was a good boy, and that he saw me as a sister, and that I was so nice, and blah blah, and like trying to defend himself, which I can understand because obviously racism in Barcelona or in Spain in general is really bad, and I get that you might have the feeling to have to defend yourself. He was like being nice about it, blah blah, he gave me the pants, but he wanted to leave pretty quickly, so I said I need to take the bus because the bus would be the quickest. And he's like, no, let's take the metro, come on, let's take the metro, blah blah. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I think he's kind of suggesting that he's coming with me, but I'm not really saying yes to it. It's like a little bit strange because there's obviously a little bit of a language barrier. But he keeps pushing me on the way in the metro, and I knew that he lived near Plaza Catalunya, so I told him like, oh, don't you have to get out? And he's just like, oh no, like I'm coming with you, blah blah. And I'm just like, oh, I have to take him into my house, like it was really annoying, and I was just confused. But I was just like, you know what, this guy, like he's trying all his best, and like whatever, I will show him my house for 5 minutes and then he can leave. So he comes all the way with me to my house. We get out at the stop, we get some ice cream, and you know, besides the red flags, we're also having like nice conversations. So it's not like it's all red flags. We just walk and it's okay, but I'm a little tense because I don't really have time to take him into my house. Like I want to pack and I want to sleep. So anyways, we go up to my house. I take the stairs because I don't want to take the elevator, because then I will be too close to him, because the elevator was like the smallest elevator you've seen in your life probably. So we take the stairs. We're totally exhausted when we come up, and he takes off like his blouse thing, and he has still something like this under it, you know. He sits down on my bed. So I had the braids in then still. They were getting really puffy, so I wanted to take them out. So I start taking them out, and he's like, oh yeah, I can help you. He put the TV on and stuff, and he was making himself pretty comfortable, but he was being nice, and he wasn't like doing anything wrong. So I was just getting my braids out, he's helping me, and it's going really fast with his help actually, so I was really glad that he was there. And when my braids are out, he's like really liking the non-braids and everything. I have really big curls, and it was really beautiful. He's like trying to hug me a little bit too close, and I'm just not feeling it, so I'm just like trying to get rid of it. I'm like trying to pack, and I didn't want him to get out because he like took off his shoes and like his shirt and stuff. So after all that, I'm fully packed. I put the pants that he gave to me in my suitcase already. He saw me put them in. I tell him thank you again because they were really nice, and I was really excited. So he stands up twice during the time that I'm trying to pack, and he's like trying to stop me and kiss me, or like at least like trying to hug me, you know, like just no. And this time I'm just like, listen, I have a boyfriend, I'm not gonna kiss you, it's not gonna happen. He's like, yeah, boyfriend, girlfriend, doesn't matter. So first he accepts, and then he doesn't really accept it anymore. And at this point I'm done with backing, and I'm just like, listen, I'm not gonna kiss you and I wanna go to bed. That's the point where he gets really confused. And he's like, yeah, no, I can stay longer. And I was like, no, like I'm tired, I have to wake up early, blah blah. He didn't want to listen. So I tell him that he has to go and that I will go down with him, and he seems just so surprised. Like, this is a juicy part. He kind of acts like I still owe him something for giving him the pens, while he never gave me the feeling that I should give him something back for the pens. Like, I don't know what you want. Like, I mean, I know what you want, but that's just not gonna happen. He keeps asking me why I don't want to kiss him. And I'm saying the same stuff. I'm like, I have a boyfriend. I don't cheat. I don't do that. I didn't have a boyfriend. But if I say that to you, like, listen to me. I don't want to kiss you. And I'm like, I don't want to kiss you. He's like, yeah, boyfriend, girlfriend doesn't matter. Shut up with the boyfriend, girlfriend doesn't matter. I'm like, it does matter. It does matter to me. I care. I don't want to cheat. I'm not like that. I don't want to kiss you. It's not gonna happen. So then, this thing he says, I think this is the most funny thing about this story time. He's like, I feel like you're using me for the pants. And I was just like, excuse me? I don't need your stuff. You can leave. Like, take your stuff. I don't mind. I'm grateful for your stuff, but I don't need your stuff, so what the fuck are you on about? So he says, okay, give me back my stuff. And he's like getting really annoyed at this point, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I gave him the pants, like he's like, yeah, and the bracelets. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Some braided bracelets that were no problem before. So I gave him the bracelets back. I didn't care. Get the bracelets. Get the bracelets. Like, I don't care. So I give him the pants and the bracelets, and he just literally storms out. And I'm just like, all right. And I was going down anyways, so I go after him, and when I'm down, I see him at the end of my street because he like ran away. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, I don't care about the pants if like you're trying to have like sex with me for it. Like, the thing is that he wasn't only trying to kiss me, he was really trying to do more with me. Like, he wasn't like feeling, but I know that was his intention. That even if I would have kissed him, he would have gone on and on and on to push me. And I was not doing that, no. The thing is, he didn't really like touch me inappropriately, besides like hugging me. And I mean, I can handle a hug. Like, a hug isn't that big of a deal for me. But I do feel like it was kind of like harassing me, because I already told him I didn't want to do anything. I just know that he was being very wrong, and that he didn't care about sex. He just wanted to do it, and that was it. And when I looked on WhatsApp, he blocked me. And I was just like, you know, I don't care, please just get out of my life. So that was the story time. It was very weird. I'll see you soon. Subscribe if you want to see more. I have some crazy stories that are definitely fun. So I'll see you soon, and have a great day. Bye.